Hello and welcome to the beautiful London Club here in Kent, where today we're talking about golf insurance. A typical day at a typical golf club in the UK will see a broad spectrum of shots played, some good, some not so good. We all know the golf ball doesn't always do what we want it to, and that's why more and more of the 3.3 million golfers in the UK are taking out golf-specific insurance policies. Over the last 5 years, golf insurance provider GolfCare has paid out on over 1,000 claims each year, from personal injury and property damage to equipment theft and hole-in-one cover. The protection they provide has become essential for many everyday golfers. To highlight just how important golf insurance can be, we're going to start by taking a look at 3 specific successful claims made last year with GolfCare, beginning with one we could all fall foul of: the wayward drive. So we're stood on the 18th tee at the Heritage course here at the London Club, and as you can see there's water left and there's trouble down the right hand side of the hole, but it's 450 yards, so your only option is to hit driver, and it's this sort of hole where you've got all sorts of danger going on, but it's not just the danger out on the golf course you have to worry about. Lisa, you had an interesting claim last year. Tell us what happened.
Mr Hunt's on the fairway about to play his shot. In the distance is a group of another golfers. By his own admission, as he went to hit the shot, he said he sliced it and it was awful. He shouted "4" to alert the golfers in the distance. Luckily they heard him and they did get out of the way. However, he managed to hit a 4" by 2" GPS unit, which he said, if I tried it again 1,000 times, I'd never be able to hit the smallest thing on the green. It was destroyed, smashed to pieces, but fortunately he was covered under GolfCare and he was able to replace the GPS unit at a cost of £130.
So as you can see, we're stood here by a water hazard, and it's a common feature for many golf courses across the UK. And Lisa, last year you had an interesting claim related to a golf trolley and a water hazard. Tell us what happened.
So Mr Bevan was playing a round of golf with his grandson and a group of friends, and he was next to a lake just like this, and he had his club in his hands, turns around, hit his motor caddy, and it went trundling off into the water. He didn't notice at the time, and his grandson and the friends started shouting at him, so he turns his attention to them. Meanwhile, his motor caddy was trundling towards the lake, which as he turned around, it fell in, everything went underwater. Fortunately, between them all, they managed to get it all out. However, it was all ruined really. He just purchased some new glasses, for example, they were in it, all of his gear, and the bag itself. Fortunately, he had golf insurance, so he was able to recoup the cost of the bag, which came to over £770.
The dangers associated to golf are not just restricted to the golf course. There's also a whole host of other reasons why you might think about getting golf insurance. Lisa, you had an interesting incident with someone recently who had their golf clubs unfortunately stolen. Tell us about what happened.
So Mr Stewart fancied a round of golf at the end of the day, so he pulled up at his local municipal golf course. Golf club was in the boot of his car, locked it, went into the reception to see if there was a round available. He said he was gone less than 10 minutes. However, when he came out, it was obvious that his car had been broken into and his clubs had been stolen. He was covered under golf insurance because he had done everything right. He'd locked his car, they were out of sight, and we were able to pay out on the claim and replaced his clubs that were in total over £1,000.
Well, GolfCare is obviously designed specifically for golfers, so it covers everything, pretty much everything that a golfer's going to need whilst on the course or off the course, you know, in terms of protecting their equipment. For household policy, you know, it's designed for the house and contents. Golf insurance, you know, the GolfCare products is designed specifically for golfers. There's so many different sort of accidents that occur whilst on the golf course, so it caters specifically for their needs. And there have been cases that, you know, gone to the High Court where a ruling's been made, and you know, golfers have been sued for hundreds of thousands of pounds, and you know, have had to pay out as well. And that's, I mean, it's serious, you know. And we all hit wayward shots. You know, it doesn't matter how good you are, you hit wayward shots. We've seen the pros do it, you know, week in, week out. If they can do it, you know, amateur golfers can certainly do it.
Well, I'm joined by Mike and Steve, and we're going to do a little estimation, evaluation of their equipment. So Mike, we're going to start with your bag. I noticed that you've got the new Ping G30 woods in there, you've also got the irons in there. But what do you think the valuation of your bags as a whole would be?
I would guess for all the clubs, the bag and the power caddy around the £2,000 mark.
Okay, and Steve, looking at your bag, I noticed you've got the 915s in there. You've also got an expensive Scotty Cameron in there. So what do you think yours is worth?
I'd say, again, got the waterproofs in here, Ping waterproofs, a hit Titleist Pro Vs as well. So I'd say the bag as a whole around £1,250.
I'm joined by John now. And John, how close are they with their valuations? Are they about right?
Well, no, surprisingly enough, way off actually. We've totted up Mike's bag, and that comes in at over £3,200. And Steve's, that comes in at over £2,150.
Wow.
It may not feel like it as you make your way through a typical 18 holes, but golf is certainly a dangerous sport. As we all know, it requires a significant investment in equipment in order to play. To protect yourself and your valuable gear from any unfortunate accidents, it's well worth thinking about taking out golf-specific insurance. For more information and the latest offers, and to get yourself covered, visit golfcare.co.uk.